I'm Carolyn McGraw. I am a life coach specializing in grief, loss, nutrition, lifestyle improvement, and just overall well-being. Well, just really briefly, I guess I was born in the 1950s to a mother who was way ahead of her time in nutrition and health, and that inspired a lifelong and inquiry into nutrition and health. I went to university and got my degree in nutrition and health. My father was a pilot in World War II and Korea. I grew up high school in Japan and we moved, which instilled a love of adventure and moving. I married a man who loved sailing, so we built two ocean-going sailboats and cruised a lot. I have two daughters, two granddaughters. I was a caregiver for many years. So it's been a really interesting and exciting life. I think one of the things I've learned is we think we can control the universe. We can't. It's not so much. I admire people who have a life plan, but my experience has been it's not so much what the universe brings to us, but how we respond, emphasis on respond, not react to a situation that really makes the difference. This is kind of an example of saying yes and seeing what the universe brings to you. Um, Unfortunately, I ended up caring for both my parents and for many years while they were ill and dying. And then a short 6 years after my mother passed away, we learned that my husband had frontal temporal dementia, which is just a ghastly disease. So my best friend, my husband and partner of 40 some years was dying. And I realized, well, I tried to care for Doug 24/7 and hold down a full-time job. And I managed for 5 months. I committed to a group, a strategic planning company in Washington, D.C. that I'd stick with them for 5 months. I made it to 9 months, and then I just couldn't handle that kind of schedule anymore. And at that same time, a coaching opportunity just kind of fell in my lap. And I said yes. And I loved it. I'm absolutely enthralled with what coaching can do for us. So that set me off into a long journey of finding coach training EDU, passing my PCC coaching certification with ICF, and feeling like I'm now just like really on a journey. And coaching's magic. My coaching business is very much the same as it has been, only expanded tremendously. So when I first had the opportunity to start coaching was for a business that opens the opportunity of coaching to large companies for their employees. And so I'm still working for that company. I have quite a large pro bono group of clients also that I work with who are caregivers, mostly from the dementia world, but also caregivers in other areas. And I'm doing that primarily to give back. I know it's just really important for me to stay with my caregiver community. When I was caring for my husband, especially, I needed support. And so giving back support to others is making a tremendous difference. At the same time, I've gotten to the point in my coaching where I feel like, yeah, I'm getting pretty good at this. I'm really feeling much more confident. And so now I'm looking into other opportunities. I'm looking into expanding, getting my LLC, getting the insurance, setting up a business. And so I'm exploring what is possible and what would be a good fit for me. Something I've found out about myself is financially, yes, I need to be responsible. But the most important thing for me at this stage of my life is that I wake up in the morning with purpose and joy. And coaching is bringing me purpose and joy in my life. You know, that's kind of ties into, do I it's okay, let me start over on that one. This kind of ties into seeing what the universe brings also. So I have one ear very much attuned to what is the universe trying to tell me? What is it bringing my way? What do I need to respond to? And I'm listening very, very, very carefully to those directives, I guess, from the universe, and making sure that my values and I guess, yeah, my values and my purpose in life are aligned with what I'm doing. I would say my advice to someone who wants to become a coach would be find a coach. Be coached yourself. Go to the ICF website and read all about what the ICF's has to say about the coaching profession. Look into their ethics and to the considerations for all the ethics. Looking into the core competencies. When I looked at ICF, I went, bingo. Yeah, that aligns with me. And then when I was looking for a coaching school, that's what I looked for. What aligns with my values, my purpose, my direction, my hope for myself, and my hope for the world. I think I would tell someone younger than I, listen more than you speak. And added on to that, learn how to say yes, even maybe before you're quite ready to say the words. Say yes, try it out, see what happens. It's an adventure. I think it's my hope for our world. What I'm seeing personally is that coaching it's changed my relationships with even with my friends and my family. I'm listening in a different way now. I'm I'm listening to understand what's underneath what someone says. And to do that, you have to really calm your mind and you have to pause and you have to spend all of your energy directed at seeing, hearing, listening on a deeper level, noticing body language. I just said that it's a completely immersive experience for me. And I do believe, I think, and this is one reason I chose CTEDU. I was so excited to hear John's vision. You know, it just aligned with what I thought was what I really believed. So very exciting to find a school that was looking at this as a world-changing opportunity. It changed the direction of my life completely. Um, as I said, I had a very adventuresome life. We've traveled a lot. I've changed jobs a lot. I mean, I've been everything from, a TV commercial actress to a college professor to a political consultant in DC. But all of this seems to have led to this one place where now I feel like I can really, really give back. And um, the really hard times in my life and being a caregiver, I don't know that I've ever experienced anything so difficult. But wow, has it changed me. So I'm learning, and I think through coaching that everything in our lives has a purpose and a meaning, and we say yes or we say no. So yes, this is just like coaching has changed my life completely. It's I'm directed outward a little bit more than I was. My problems don't seem so big. Um, they're the excitement of being part of a change in the world, of change in the way we listen to each other, hear each other, communicate with each other. It's broadened my horizons to where I'm just really excited. You know, when I get up in the morning, it's like, yay, what's what's coming today? Instead of, you know, as a widow, and you know, I was married for 45 years. I had someone in my life who was just my best friend, my partner. I I didn't know who I was going to be. And coaching has offered me that opportunity to take all that pain and hardship and turn it right around. And now I can listen to others and help them through what I've been through just by listening, asking questions. I learned on some level, I'm enough. I'm enough. And I believe all through my life, maybe it's being, you know, from my generation, maybe it's my experiences, but I think I've always felt a little bit like I'm not enough. And now I have understanding of myself that deepens that a lot. And I'm enough. And so are you. So are we all. We are enough the way we are. We're uniquely fabulous. And it's finding out who we are. I would say that I have been so impressed with CTEDU's presence. You know, when I joined CTEDU, I thought I was going back to school. No, I was joining community. I have met the most incredible people. And so there are other students that I can call and ask questions of, but several times a week, there's an opportunity to pop on to one of John's and Brittany's, you know, either a business builder class or their, you know, sample class. And I can ask questions. I can email you guys. You are, like I said, you are not just a place where I went for a short time. You're my community now. And I know that I can drop Brittany or John a note or you, and you guys get right back to me. And if there's not an opportunity for something that I need, I've asked and right there, you know, Brittany has said, hey, take a look at this. Just what I needed. So yeah, they are helping me and advising me as I'm looking at moving forward and maybe starting my own business. I feel like I'm very well supported. I would say that they have been extremely instrumental in supporting my personal growth, the growth of my knowledge and how I'm coaching, and providing me opportunities going ahead to put that into a business model. It was in a conversation with John. And I've been coaching for a while. And John pointed out something to me that changed my coaching completely. One sentence. That's all he said. And yeah, the aha moment was, oh, this is not as difficult as I thought. This is just Well, I wouldn't say just. I think the aha moment was I could do this. You know, I love this. This has power and excitement of being part of it. So that I think that was just that moment of, oh my God, this is so exciting. I'm part of this. I can do this.